to Department in the Spotlight. I'm Captain John Bushey.
I'm Command Master Chief Tisdale.
I'm Lieutenant Commander Parente, the officer in charge of VRC 30 Detachment 5.
VRC 30 Detachment 5. Awesome.
Yes, sir.
So welcome back from deployment.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. It's great to be here.
How was deployment?
It's fantastic. We went through quite a few countries this year. We started off in the summertime, went through Okinawa in the Philippines, and went to Cambodia and Vietnam for the first time in a very, very long time.
Wow.
Flew out the ambassador to Vietnam and the ambassador to Cambodia out to the USS Ronald Reagan. Probably the highlight of our cruise. A lot of our sailors think that Cambodia and Vietnam was the best place that they've actually ever been in the U.S. Navy.
Wow.
Fall Patrol was Valiant Shield in Guam for about a month. Worked with the Air Force and several Army units, and then up into Korea. A little cold up there in the fall, and then back to Okinawa.
Yeah, Korea in the fall is not known as a garden spot as far as temperature goes, but if you like it cold and you like it dry, that's a great place to go.
Yes, sir. It's a fantastic place to be, I thought.
So then you guys came back for the holidays, and then right after the holidays you had a big assessment. What was that?
Yes, sir. We just finished up an aviation maintenance inspection this past week. We did a phenomenal job on that. Unfortunately, it was kind of tough to prepare through the holidays. As you can imagine, CMC, working through the days off was kind of difficult. We took 2 holiday leave blocks, and the second half of our leave block bore the brunt of our work to prepare for the inspection. But we did a very, very good job on that.
Good, good.
And now work doesn't stop. As you know, the world keeps turning. And we're going to be moving on to deploy coming up this spring. So we're already in work to prepare for deployment. And for us, that means getting the aircraft ready to go. We have 2 aircraft, 2 C-2 Greyhounds, as you're aware, Skipper. We're getting those ready to go. A lot of maintenance goes into getting those aircraft ready to deploy so that we don't have to do that on deployment. So it's a lot of work in the off-season, so to speak. A highlight of our off-season, so to speak, again, is paradrops. So we get to go down to Guam for about a week, coming up in April. And we're going to be dropping some of the UOD Mobile Unit 5 troops out of our back of our aircraft, along with a large boat fully loaded with combat equipment. And we're going to be dropping it just off the coast of Guam. And we're looking forward to that. It's going to be the highlight of our off-season as we get ready for deployment, sir.
That sounds really cool.
Yeah, it's going to be great. We're very, very excited.
So why don't you tell me a little bit about VRC 30.5? How many people do you have? What's your size of the aircraft? What would you say to somebody who's not familiar with your operations about describing what Det 5 does?
Sir, of course. Well, we have the pleasure of giving a lot of DV briefs to the higher-ranking military personnel, along with celebrities that we fly out. So we have a really awesome mission. We fly 2 C-2 Greyhounds, which are the largest aircraft that land aboard the carrier, approximately 80 feet in width. And that aircraft lands in a landing area that's 90 feet wide. So we only have 5 feet to play with on either side. We bring the aircraft in. We have 57 total personnel, including 6 pilots, myself, and 51 maintainers. Wow. I have a CMC equivalent, senior chief, who is our acting SEA, and our home squadron is actually in San Diego. So my personal CO is actually in San Diego, and he comes out about once or twice a year to visit us. And he visits us, and he just basically checks up on us. But otherwise, we're kind of on our own out here. It's a lot of responsibility, and everybody's kind of elevated up. So for myself as an 04, filling the role of almost the CO, my CMC equivalent is an E8, usually doing the job of an E9, and then moving up all the way down to our junior enlisted have to assume a little bit more responsibility, sir.
So you're the only VRC squadron that operates like this, right? Or the only detachment that operates independently away from the mothership, if you will.
Yes, sir, exactly. Away from the mothership, I like that. So typically, detachment works up inside their home squadron, either in San Diego or Norfolk. They go on deployment for about 6 months, and then after the deployment, they come back into the fold, and they are part of a larger squadron. My total squadron is about 410 people, of which 57 of which are forward deployed out here permanently. So as you're aware, our families live right on NAF Atsugi, and we are looking forward. It's going to be bittersweet to make the move to a new hangar location here in about a year, but we are unfortunately moving to Iwakuni in about 11 months, sir. So.
Well, who's going to be in hangar 243? I mean,
It's going to be a ghost town, sir.
Well, I appreciate everything that you do for the base. I also appreciate what your families do because you guys are ensconced, you're incorporated, you're part of Team Atsugi, part of the family that we have here in our community, so I appreciate that. So CMC, did you have any questions you'd like to ask the OIC today?
No, sir. Just when you leave, we're going to miss you, sir.
Yeah, thank you, CMC. It's been a pleasure to be an NF Atsugi. It's been certainly a second home for me. It's been probably the longest time I've spent in any location in the Navy. So it's been awesome. I'm going to miss it.
All right. Well, thanks for coming in today.
Yes, sir.
I think we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be talking to you next time. Thanks for tuning in.